Hey YouTube, Allie's R&Y Odyssey here, coming at ya with a quick update of what's been going on. If you're new to my channel, let me welcome you. Thank you for stopping by. If you like my video, I ask you to please hit the like and subscribe button. That would be amazingly awesome. Before I get into my update, let me just give you a little bit of background on me. So I had gastric bypass, also known as R&Y surgery, at St. Agnes Hospital with Dr. Andrew Arverbach on January 31st of 2017. So I am just a little over 2 years out. Just had my 2-year surgiversary about 3 weeks ago. And my highest weight ever recorded was 5 weeks before my surgery on Christmas Eve. And at that time, I weighed 449.9. My surgeon was not happy with that and gave me a directive to lose some weight prior to approving me for surgery. So I worked really hard for about 5 weeks, lost 31 pounds, and the day of my surgery, I weighed in, I think it was at 418. The last time I came to you guys, I was hovering right around 125. So I have lost quite a bit of weight in just a little over 2 years. Very proud of that. And the current struggle I've been having, which I shared in my last video, is that my surgeon really wanted me to stop a while ago. His goal weight for me was between 160 and 170. I really felt like I was completely done for me once I got in the 140s. I was happy with that. Just under 150, like that was my ultimate, it's never going to happen in a million years type of goal, was just getting under 150. And I continued to lose, and I really struggled with halting that weight loss. So the last time I checked in with you, I just see my nutritionist. She gave me a new eating plan, which had a lot of food, a lot of calories, a lot of fat, a lot of carbohydrate, and that has been my daily battle. So I started the program, for that, and I did pretty well the first week. It was a lot more challenging than I thought it would be. I mean, I knew it would be challenging, but it was really hard. And I did lose another pound, so that put me like in the 124 range. Which I wasn't real happy about. It was frustrating. And then another week went by, and I actually did pretty well. I maintained. I didn't lose anything. I actually rebounded back up a little bit, right around hovering in that 125. So, I know the ultimate goal was for me to gain weight, but I was like, if I could just stop the weight loss and just not lose anything, then let's get that tackled first. And then if we got to adjust even further to gain weight, then I'm open to that. So I felt like I was doing pretty good, and then 2 weeks ago today, so it was February 6th, today's the 20th, I was at brunch with my niece. It was, we met earlier in the day to get some work done at Panera Bread. I had some oatmeal and an egg souffle, neither of which I ate both of, but I wanted to have, I had to have some protein, and then I also had to have some carbohydrate. That's my directive with my eating plan. So I had a little bit of that, and we did some work, and then a few hours later we were still there. Like, we met at like 10 and we were still there around 1. So I ordered some soup, and my stomach started bothering me. Like, I thought it was just gas, so I'm like, well, I stood up, like walked around a little bit, tried to go to the bathroom, and then I was like, man, I'm just really not feeling well. And I had my counseling appointment, because I do see a counselor, at 2 o'clock. So about 1:45, I was like, I definitely have to go. I was helping her finish up her taxes, but I was like, I definitely need to go. Everything was pretty much done. She just had to finish up, paying for it and stuff, through the online filing thing. So I was like, I need to go. And I get out to the car, and I start to drive to my therapist appointment, which was not even a 10-minute drive. And I realized that I was not going to make it to my therapy appointment. I was in so much pain. I was still thinking it was gas, but it was like that type of pain that maybe you might have at a surgery. Like, it was right in the middle of my stomach, spreading into my rib cage, going up my back, between my shoulder blades, really bad. So I went home, I called my therapist and said, I just can't, I'm so sorry, I need to lay down, I don't know what's going on. I took some Gas-X. I'm hoping this will pass. So she's like, you know, don't worry about it. So I lay down, I put the heating pad on, and with it, like, it's not going away. And I had the same pain a couple days before, but it went away fairly quickly. So I was just thinking, it's gas, you know, and I did start to pass a little bit of gas, and I was getting no relief. And I have gas every day, so, you know, part of me was like, this isn't gas pain. So when I finally decided this isn't gas pain, I called my surgeon. They told me I needed to go into the emergency room. So I went up to St. Agnes where I had my bariatric surgery. My son came with me, and on the way up there, I started experiencing pain that I have never experienced before in my life. It was the worst pain. I've had a kidney stone, nothing. Like the kidney stone, I'd much rather have that 100 times over than the pain that I experienced 2 weeks ago. Terrible pain. This pain lasted for close to 4 hours. I was stuck in the emergency room. Of course, they took me back and they did a sonogram, they did blood work, they did all kinds of stuff. But they didn't get me back to an actual even emergency room bay until probably 5:30, and my pain had started around 1:30 and had reached the height of its intensity around 2:30, 3 o'clock. Sorry, I have to wipe my nose. I thought I was going to die. And of course, nobody was giving me any type of pain medication. They wanted to figure out what was going on first. And literally about 10 minutes before they called me back, because they had an emergency room, you know, room open for me, the pain stopped. Weirdest thing. The only thing I could think of is I felt so nauseous. I went to the bathroom. I did dry heave. I don't know if that changed something internally, but after I got done dry heaving, nothing had come up except for maybe a little bit of foam. I started to feel better. Hold on for one. Sorry, I'm back. But anyway, I was telling you that once I dry heaved, started to feel a little bit better. They get me back. The sonogram comes back because I'm thinking gallbladder. You know, I'm talking to a friend of mine that also had surgery done. She had a gallbladder attack. She said it sounded extremely similar to her pain. So I was thinking gallbladder. Apparently my sonogram did not show gallbladder, but my blood work showed it probably was gallbladder, but then they were confused and they were thinking maybe it had something to do with my liver or my pancreas, but they decided to keep me overnight. And by this point I was, you know, feeling okay. They were asking me if I needed pain meds. I didn't feel that I needed pain meds, but they decided to keep me overnight and do an MRI the next day, as well as an endoscopy, which I was scheduled for anyway. If you remember in my last video, I've had some like burning sensation going on a little bit in my chest, so my doctor wanted to check and make sure I didn't have an ulcer. So they scheduled both of those tests for the next day. I get up to my room. It's really late. It's probably about 1 o'clock in the morning. Send my son home. You know, at that point I did start to have some pain again, nowhere near as bad as what it was earlier, but they did start giving me a little bit of pain medication. So, you know, they're thinking it's not my gallbladder, it's liver, it's something. Like, I'm freaking out, like they're talking about my liver. So to make a long story short, I go in for the MRI, and the MRI shows that it is my gallbladder. My gallbladder itself isn't too bad. I do have stones, but I don't think my gallbladder was inflamed. But what happened is that it kicked out a gallstone that got caught in a duct between my liver and my intestine, or my liver and my gallstone, or something like that. I got caught like in a tube, which was causing my liver enzymes to be extremely high. And this was on Friday when they discovered all of this. So they felt that my gallbladder needed to come out. And at the same time, they needed to remove the stone from this duct. So I was scheduled for surgery on, no, that was Thursday when they found out. Because I went in Wednesday. Thursday they ran the test. Friday they scheduled me for surgery in the morning. Yay, surgery again. I've had a rough year, guys. A rough fucking 2 years. A rough, excuse my language, but rough 2 years. But I was just glad because I was like, you know, Do whatever you need to do. I don't ever want to feel that pain again. And they were like, you know, even if we had to get in there, they were going to have to perform surgery anyway to get to the duct because I'm a gastric bypass patient. They can't go in through, and you know, through my stomach. So I was going to have laparoscopic surgery anyway, hopefully laparoscopic, which they couldn't guarantee they could get to it laparoscopically, but they were hoping. So they might as well just take the gallbladder, because what if they just remove the stone and 6 months from now I kick out another one? I'm going to be in the same boat. So Friday, I did have surgery. I did have a stone that was lodged. They removed that. Luckily, they didn't have to open me up. Everything was done laparoscopically. Came out of surgery Friday. You know, I would say pain not anywhere near, it was not as bad as gastric bypass. My incisions remind me a lot of my gastric bypass, but I also weigh over 300 pounds less. So that could be, you know, the deciding factor there is my recovery was just going to be easier because I'm so much smaller now. So then, you know, I'm thinking I'm going home Saturday. It's a one-day recovery. You know, in fact, some people thought they might send me home on Friday evening. Nope. My iron was really bad. You know, my surgeon did bitch at me a little bit when he saw me to do my endoscopy, which came back fine. No ulcer or anything like that. Because he said I'm malnourished. He wasn't happy that I had had more weight loss since I had seen him for my 2-year checkup. And he's basically like, you need to get your rear in gear. So I did tell him, well, I did maintain last week, you know, and I just had seen Nancy, the nutritionist, and that I was trying my best to follow her plan. So he still wasn't happy with me. But I feel like I'm babbling a little bit. So anyway, my iron came back really low, so they wouldn't let me go home. They said they were going to keep me till Saturday. They wanted to give me an iron transfusion. So I got that done. Saturday, they still would not let me go home. My blood pressure was low. And also my iron was still extremely low. My potassium was low and my magnesium was low. So I'm not going to go over day by day, but, you know, thought I would come home Sunday. Still didn't get to go home Sunday. They're still pumping me full of stuff. Still pumping me full of fluid. They're pushing like a special fluid that goes through really quickly to try to get my blood pressure up. So finally by Monday, they let me come home. So I came home a week ago, about 10 days ago. Stepped on the scale when I got home, and I weighed 140. And I'm like, there's no way I've gained 15 pounds, because literally I ate Wednesday night. They let me eat Wednesday night. I did not eat Thursday. I did not eat Friday. I did not eat Saturday. I think finally by Sunday I got some puree. But like I hadn't eaten, so I'm like, there's no way I gained weight. But of course they were pumping me full of fluid, not just the regular fluid drip, but really pushing fluids. Iron, potassium, magnesium, all this stuff was going into my body. So when I got home, I weighed 140. So, you know, I've just been home recovering. My appetite hasn't been real great. I've been trying to eat. I've been trying to drink my fruit juice and water. You know, now because I don't have a gallbladder, I've been told to be careful with fat. That's made things a little bit difficult. So far, I seem to be doing okay, even when I have healthy fat, which I haven't pushed the envelope too much, but I seem to be doing okay. So I kind of been staying off the scale, and the last couple days I've been getting back on it. Of course, like, whoosh, I've dropped right back down. So today I get on the scale, and I am 121.6. So, yet another loss. And I knew once that fluid came off, that was going to happen, and they weren't feeding me, and it took forever to get me on an actual menu plan, and then they still only feed you 3 times a day. And I can't eat, you know, that's not how I'm supposed to eat. And especially being on liquids for several days, my pouch was like super tight, so I could not eat much at all. So anyway, weighed in today, Wednesday. I forgot to weigh yesterday, I meant to, but 121.6. Not good. So luckily today, you know, I'm feeling okay. I don't go back in to see my surgeon that did my gallbladder surgery until Monday. He is the partner of my surgeon that did my gastric bypass. So same office, but I don't see him till Monday. So technically I'm not supposed to return back to normal activity till after I see him, but I was scheduled to go in and work tonight. I was going to go in and work and just not do a whole lot. You know, I'm feeling okay. I'm still a little sore in my tummy. It feels like I have a pulled muscle somewhere, I guess where they cut through the muscle. But all in all, I'm doing okay. Haven't been taking any pain meds. Sorry, I'm going to back up here for a second. Haven't been taking any pain meds or anything. Sorry about that, guys. My son came in. I had to talk to him for a little while, but I just wanted to wrap things up and, you know, just let you guys know that's basically, you know, what's going on. I'm just going to finish recovering from surgery and really start trying to hit getting back on that eating, because I was doing good and then all this happened. So those are my goals, and I'm sure I'll be checking in soon. And I just wanted to wish you guys an amazing weekend that's coming up here in a few days. We have snow here, so I was supposed to go back to work tonight, but it snowed, so I don't have to work tonight. So, and I honestly, I'm still sore, so it doesn't hurt my feelings too much, and I'll go back to work Friday. So you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.